Hi, welcome back to Self-Discovery Support. So this is, I think I want to say part 2 to the pick a card that happened last week. Last week we had a focus on, like, I pulled these 3 cards and I said I would do the love spin on it for you, and I'm gonna do the work, you know, if we can read these for work. So there's some guidance coming through. Yeah. So glad to have you back, and we're gonna look at this now. So I have here the Chariot, the Hierophant, 4 of Cups. I'm gonna put out the cards for you to choose soon. We're gonna use this Oracle card deck to choose the 2 groups that will be here. But just so you're, you know, if you're here, just so you kind of figure out if this is something you wanna, if you feel like this is appropriate for you, then the Chariot, the Hierophant, and 4 of Cups tells me that there is some kind of forward movement. I think there's that internal engine happening. So for those of you who have clicked on this, there's a sense that I want to move forward to either, maybe I'm seeking advice, maybe I'm stepping up at work into kind of higher levels, maybe I'm learning as well. So there could be some kind of course of study or some kind of apprenticeship or training program, or just some kind of mentorship advice that you're receiving, because I feel like the situation has been, what do I do about this dissatisfying work situation for myself? And so that's what I'm seeing here. This reading, I feel, is pointed at people who are not feeling like they are on the track towards maybe even life purpose or work that is fulfilling, and there is a need to move things along, to kind of seek guidance for where we go forward. All right, so let's pull our piles for pile 1, group 1. Please give us the energy for group 1. We have the Joyous, okay? For group 2, please give us the energy for group 2. Keeping Still. Okay, so I do see already 2 distinct energies here. All right. So I'm going to give you a minute to look at these cards. And then you can figure out which one is appealing to you. You would have seen it in the thumbnail as well. I'm going to put it as a thumbnail for this video. The Joyous. Keeping Still. Choose the one that resonates most for you. I often feel like, kind of, when I watch pick a cards, I feel a gut kind of pull that tells me, like, okay, this is like intuition here that's kind of pulling me forward. All right, so let's move into group 1. All right, so group 1, you have the Joyous. So it talks about happiness, delight, interaction, open communication, goodwill, friendly persuasion, and self-expression. So you could be in a job that is actually, you feel quite happy about. I think this is a pile where, even though you're dissatisfied where you're at, I do see that maybe this is something you actually enjoy. This job allows you to express yourself, or you are actually looking for that now. So let's pull for you. All right, please tell us for pile 1, group 1, what is their situation? What's happening? I'm going to do past, present, future. Past. Present. Future. Okay. So a couple things came out, and we have the King of Wands in hidden energy. All right, so that really corresponds with what we're seeing here. I'm gonna just let my cat out of the room. All right, so we have Six of Pentacles in your past, right? So I feel like at some point you felt like this job was giving to you. You were getting what you were, you thought it was fair. You thought, okay, I found myself in a situation where I'm actually feeling out. The word I'm coming up with is healing. So does it tell me that there was something, this was a new venture? This is like you got into a position where finally you had been in a job that you felt was now giving to you. All right, and then in the future we have, in the present, sorry, we have Two of Swords telling us, okay, after feeling like, okay, this is filling my cup a bit, this career path, this job, or this venture, right, this business venture, it's whatever is career or work related. Here I have Two of Swords, uncertainty here. All right, so that tells me that something has happened. Maybe things have become a little bit stagnant. You're getting to know this thing more, this role that you're in as a career, and it's not serving you in the ways, or you just hit like, you've hit a position, you've hit a, I want to say, things have slowed down, is what I'm feeling. Like it's not the exciting job, or you've discovered aspects of it that the joys are tempered with the negatives, and so that makes you feel like, okay, should I move forward? Is this what's really making me happy? In the future though, we have Two of Wands, so two twos. So that tells me that there is some kind of coming together. There might be a partnership that's happening. If you have a business, it might be that you found a good partnership for yourself. It might be you feeling like you've come kind of together. The separate things, you're bringing things together. Two of Wands, Two of Cups. So I do see that you kind of put your foot forward in the future. You're managing to move out of this stalemate energy to get to a place where, all right, I might not be exactly where I want to be, but I am planning to have things come together. Yeah. Let's clarify. Let us clarify this. So it does seem like really in the future we do have that joyous energy. You're moving to a place where you could actually be really happy. King of Wands though, and I think that is responsible for how you get out of this stuck place, this kind of stagnant position, is you are actually taking that energy. You're moving things forward for yourself. Leadership. So that could mean that you could be becoming a boss. You could be getting promotions. Four of Cups, right? So you kind of taken that Four of Cups energy that we saw before, and you're saying, okay, no, I have to do something about this. I am the one that has the power here, and I think that's putting you in a place where you're steering your ship. You're recognizing that, oh, I don't have to stay in this position. All right, so let's clarify. So we have Justice here. Okay, so this is a position where things are going to be kind of balancing themselves out anyways. So it doesn't seem like you have too much to worry about. It does seem like you have some role to play in this balancing out. It's not like you can I don't think you can sit and wait on it. You may have this, maybe you may be working in a legal field, or there might be some kind of litigation in your situation, right? There might be something that you're waiting on, like settlements, something like that, or there's some kind of unfair ruling. Something needs to be adjudicated, not necessarily in a courthouse, but maybe some kind of hearing needs to happen, some kind of group agreement. Or you could also be working in an area that means that you have a role in helping society balance itself. Alright, so we have the Star clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Right, and this has, I want you to read that right here. That says hope. So I do feel like you wanted to have something, you wanted to have a job that was going to be a thing that you had dreamed of. And that's why I think the Joyous is here. You set out to have a career. You're the type of person, I think, those who have picked this group, that you want to work in a career that brings you happiness. Yeah. The King of Wands is there telling us that whatever it is that is driving you internally, that spiritual fire, the thing that sets your soul on fire, is what you are willing to achieve and put your effort into. Two of Swords here though. Okay, so in the present, it does seem that because you can't really make up your mind about something, or if this is some kind of adjudication process, some kind of legal or litigation process, things aren't at a point where they're quite decided for you yet. There's something in the balance. Maybe it's not you that is having to make up your mind, but maybe it's your organization, your people that you work for, your team, your supervisors. So I feel like maybe there's an energy here in the present where I feel like kind of, it's not anxiety because that's like higher level, but maybe discomfort, vigilance, like the fact that something is not being decided on, something is not being moved forward, it's like you know, when something sits in your soul and you can't get any answers. It's frustrating. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a kind of frustration here. You're not sure if this is actually going to change, but I do see, if this is your story and if you feel this connects to you, that yeah, it's going to come out really interestingly. You may end up leaving that position. Eight of Cups. You may feel like, I have to leave this situation to go towards something better for myself. Two of Cups. Yeah, Two of Wands, Two of Cups. Yeah, it's like the Two of Wands is like looking and seeing the opportunities away from where I am, right? I'm seeing the expanse of what is possible, and I'm starting to plan to move towards that, something that is serving me better with that Two of Cups. And that may mean that I have to walk away from a situation. Yeah. So maybe for you, many of you, the joy that's coming here is that something that felt stuck is now moving. There's a moving energy, and that is the thing that's bringing you joy, right? The fact that you're going to get to move into a job or an area that suits you well. Alright guys, so this is your reading. If you enjoyed that, please do like, comment, subscribe of course, and I would love to have you back here again. Alright, so we're going to move into group 2 or pile 2. This card wanted to be left on the table, and I'm just gonna hold it there so I can remember it. King of Swords, decisions. Alright, so I'm gonna put that in my memory, that is something that came out. So for you guys, group 2, you have keeping still. There's this image here, a spiritual figure. I like to feel like it's Buddha. Meditation, self-renewal, composure, detachment, self-acceptance, equanimity, and serenity. So it's a different energy from group 1, where there was some change that had to happen to bring people into stillness, or not stillness, but joyousness, happiness, contentment. For you guys, it seems like there's an acceptance of what is happening, or a way of dealing with a situation, or you're feeling quite like you've adjusted to a situation at work. All right, so please tell us the story here for group 2. Past, in the past, in the present, in the future. Alright, so I do see, actually, you know, it does seem like for both of you, actually, there are similarities now that we have the cards on the table. But in your reading, group 2, there is a lot more of sharp dissatisfaction, sharp kind of feeling and knowing that this situation is not right for you, it's not serving. I see that you're in a work situation that has probably caused you a lot of discomfort. Maybe it has brought out a lot of the toxic traits. Maybe there is a toxicity in your work environment, and also maybe you do feel trapped, like you don't have options here with this job. And I feel like that is maybe why the Buddha is coming out with meditation and keeping still, is that, okay, it's difficult now, but there's a knowing, that almost detachment, right? This is like a thing that's gonna pass. It's there to help you move forward to the next phase, because there's a Chariot, right? The Chariot is what helps us to move forward. And the universe supports that as well. When we see the Chariot in your present, the 9 of Wands, though, in the reverse. And 9 of Wands in the reverse is like real strain. It depends, you know, it's like we look at it as someone is determined in upright, but you've lost that kind of push in the present. So I feel like that is the stage that we're at. That is what we're seeing here. Maybe you're having to come to terms that, okay, I can't necessarily push my way forward in this job. Like, it's not up to my efforts, it's more up to me kind of going inwards, bringing a kind of calm and peace towards myself. And that is what's going to help you deal with and deflect any toxicity in your workplace. We do have Ace of Wands, though, so I do feel like this was coming out for future. This tells me that in your future, probably not a too far future, there is a kind of a burst of inspiration, a spark. So whatever you lost here with your spark, with this 9 of Wands in reverse, is like gained back. All right, so let's clarify. Two of Wands. This group, you're getting a lot of Wands energy. So you could be fire signs, or just embodying that fiery energy at this point, which is going to help bring you forward. I see like a waning of it, and then a kind of drive forward. All right, so let's look at it. I think the message I feel coming through is that just know that even if you feel like this is not going anywhere, you feel like the work situation you're in is not pleasant, you are making progress. You are at the place where you're about to see things forward, and you have to kind of believe that you can drive things forward even if you're in a stuck position now. I see the 7 of Swords here, so it does tell me that maybe you're dealing at work. You know, we have the Devil. There's some kind of manipulative, maybe managerial practices, or you have co-workers that you don't quite trust, or there's something here that you feel you're betraying yourself about. Queen of Wands, 4 of Cups. So you are someone that is highly creative, I'm thinking, and maybe you have a business, or you're an entrepreneur, or you create for others. You are the one that is the person that brings in business, or you attract influence. You could be an influencer, because that word just came up, an influencer, someone that attracts business for people. That could really be it. Let me know down below if this is like, if you feel like this is touching a base for you. But yeah, I feel with the Devil here and the Six of Wands, okay, what I'm seeing is, yeah, I think I'm seeing here that there's a determination to win. So maybe this is a job that you felt like it brought out that competitive nature in you, is what I see with the Devil and the Six of Wands together. There's a kind of need to win, and it kind of allows you to, I'm getting the word like burnout, overwork, because you are needing, especially if you're one of these types of fields that we mentioned before, like business, you're attracting clients, maybe you're doing this by commission as well. And so that's the thing that is allowing you to kind of overwork, because I think there's a general concept that how much work you put in is how much you get out, right? And you feel like, almost like it's gone into unhealthy ways for you. And I feel that that's why the keeping still is making sense to me now here for you, is that there's a need to balance things out, to kind of come to some stillness, because we definitely, this energy here is definitely not a calm energy. This is an energy that needs to like push forward, even at the detriment of their own health or others. You know, a lot of us have workaholic tendencies, so it's, you know, it's not unusual for this to happen, especially the way the work world is set up now. So we have Nine of Wands in reverse with the Six of Cups. So yeah, maybe you feel like you didn't, this is almost like, this is like, let's go into overdrive for work, and then this is like, I really don't have the push anymore. So I do feel like in the past there was some kind of burnout, overwork, some kind of loss of motivation, which has carried through into the present. And I feel like now you're just like needing, you're thinking, I would just like to do something that really suits my soul. I would like to do something. I'm coming into a sense of what makes me really happy. It could be even in this same job, but it's like a kind of, I was gonna say retreat inwards to think about things. But yeah, it's yeah, there's a kind of need to regroup is what I'm feeling. Even as I'm speaking about your reading, I'm feeling kind of winded, exhausted. In the future though, the Chariot, the Moon. So it does seem like, because okay, I feel like I'm seeing the picture here, like because you had this kind of period of, I just feel exhaustion coming from this you put a lot of work into something, a lot of energy, but probably at the expense of neglecting yourself. In this period, you've probably had to regroup. You've probably had to think like, what do I really want? What am I good at? Let me come home to what I enjoyed before. And I see that in the future you're getting the energy again, because you've had this period of like, let me slow down. Maybe it's even forced slowing down. I hope that none of you have kind of overworked yourself to that point. But it's a kind of, okay, I think I'm regrouped. I think I'm ready to go for what I want again. But I feel there's a lack of clarity about what it is that you actually want. Maybe there's also some doubt or uncertainty if... There's some kind of uncertainty if like getting going again is going to be fruitful for you, because, and I think it's not to do with the success, because I do feel like you are the group that has the ability to achieve that, but it's more like, do I have what it takes in a way, or can I manage myself in a way that I don't give in to unhealthy work practices. I feel like what this card is finally telling me is that in order for you to make it through, to get through to this point where I don't see a career change for you, for your group. You know, in group 1 I saw a career change. Group 2, I'm seeing that this is someone who is trying to re-energize themselves, trying to rework and try to recalibrate, and it's a new business model, it's a new way of approaching things, and that is through just finding a center. Maybe things like meditation would be useful as well, rather than neglecting yourself. I also see that some of you could potentially be maybe doing something like, let me do a family business. Like, that would be more useful. Maybe you could be using your skills to do some kind of family business, or something that you loved when you know, from the past. I do see that this is the dream angel of dreams is telling us that if I take momentum to maybe achieve a dream, could I actually do that? So yeah, I feel like some of you are maybe venturing into your own business, but I don't feel like it's career change. Like, I was a lawyer, let me become a baker. I feel like it's more, one, how can I still stay with this thing that gave me a lot of energy, but refocus how I approach it? And two, if I was a lawyer before, how can I maybe create a company or a business, a smaller scale that would allow me to use my legal abilities here. Alright, so group 2, this is your reading. If you found this useful, please do like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I would love to have you back again. And I hope this was useful. Let me know down below. Alright, take care.